Hi there, it's Lori at Positive Thanks Living. Today we're going to do more in the accordion journal, specifically options for tags and tucks. The how, the what, the where. What do you do with pockets, especially in an accordion journal? Here's a simple answer. Anything you do in a regular junk journal. But I've gathered all the sort of things from my stash, and we're going to talk about some of the options today. This journal is going to be for 2025. It's an accordion journal, and it's never done until the person making it decides it's done. So I've added some pages, and I'll be adding more as the year goes by. It's my intention journal, and the tags that are going to go in the pockets that are on the pages have different meanings. For example, the pockets that we're working on today are going to represent my goals. So for pockets, you can use all kinds of paper. Now this, surprise, is actually something from junk mail. I didn't like the red, so I just turned it inside out. That's always an option. Take a look at what's on the opposite side of anything you have of junk journal mail. And just because it's a little longer, doesn't matter. I'll probably cover the inside, whether I paint it or whatever. I just thought that the white was better for this option. There's paper doilies you can make into a pocket. And of course, I'll show you what I do with the tag later because it's also a good tuck. Tags are good tucks. I've got some pretty paper that's mulberry paper, some wallpaper. That's old wallpaper. Just a simple shopping list. We got this for free from our local grocery store, and I just tore a page off, and that can be a pocket or a tuck. Simple. And you can decorate with all kinds of different things, the pockets. But today we're just going to talk about what could be used for a pocket. Now you see I have the 2025 on that die cut. Well, I can use the opposite side as a pocket. That's an old card. That's just something I had in my stash that I printed out. I don't even remember where I got that digital. And this, what I'm holding right now, is a napkin on an old encyclopedia page. And here I made the texture paste over a stencil on a piece of paper. And a little later, I'm going to make it into a pocket. So yeah, you can use postcards. Remember we made those postcards? I'll link to that. That can be a great pocket. And even if it hangs over a little bit, that's okay. Or you can trim it. Not a problem. You can use other kinds of postcards if you don't have old postcards. And you'll see later where I choose to put some of them on the pages. Now next week, I'll have finished all the pockets. This week I didn't want to make the video too long. Pretty shapes, circles, and tags. Tags can become a tuck or a belly band. The thing that goes from top to bottom or side to side. I believe in the junk journaling space, we call them belly bands. Now this was a tag, and if I wanted it to be a pocket, which I do, I'm going to just tuck the end under. This is a bit of a glassine or a vellum that I printed out, and it was from a tea journal that I made more than a year ago, maybe 2 years ago, maybe 3. Now this is a piece of fabric that I did some slow stitching on, and fabric is a great option for a pocket. That's something I just stamped on, and it's a piece of cotton sheet that I bleached multiple times and then ironed and used starch. on it. Other options are laces and ribbons and even doilies. You would just sort of attach different spots to the page. How are you doing? I'm really happy that you're here. Thank you to all those that have subscribed. And I ask if you're enjoying the video, please just press the like. It really helps. It helps others see the video also. Now I'm using envelopes here, different envelopes. That one I just spritzed with color, in Easter egg color. Junk mail envelopes with the windows. Now that's an envelope I just got for Christmas. And you can fold it in half. And this is a Tyvek envelope from USPS. It's really cool. So we have all kinds of papers. We have laces and fabric. We have pockets from envelopes. Now some bags. That's a glassine bag. And here's a ribbon that I just used some stitching on from my very old sewing machine. And I'm making that into a belly band, attaching it at the top and the bottom. Or you can do it sideways with a similar piece of fabric and just tuck something in. Next week we'll talk about what we can put in the pockets. But this week it's all about pockets, where to put them. You can put them at the bottom. You can put them at the top. You can put them at the side. You can put them all from top to bottom. So many options. And as long as you're careful that it doesn't glue the pages shut, pockets work anywhere. That's just a strip of paper, side to side, up and down. So now I'm using the glassine bag and giving you a little idea of what you could do. Washi tape, surprise, yes. That one keeps wanting to roll away. Putting some washi tape on, and then you're going to see me put a little sticker. No, it's not a sticker, it's a label. A label on with another label that's on top of the label that says friend. So my pockets are going to represent the goals I have. And what I put in the pockets are going to be the habits that I do. And the full pages where I don't have a pocket or tags on are going to be what I intend, the view, the vision, if you want to put it that way, of what I'd like to see for myself in 2025. Every morning when I get up, I do something very simple. I just write. It's plain writing. It's not a junk journal. It's not an art journal. It's just plain writing. Somebody asked a question in the comments on last week's video about wanting to see a little bit of my gratitude journal that I do in the morning. And I show you a quick glimpse at the end of this video. But it's so simple. I just write a list on the left-hand side of the page of things I'm thankful for. And on the right-hand side, it's things I'm praying for, that I'm dreaming of. So this intention journal is like a little, what can I say, addition. It's more artsy. I won't work in it every day. And we'll see how big the accordion gets. So now I'm using the piece of paper that I put the texture paste on using a stencil, cutting it down, and guess what? It'll become a pocket. And I'm thinking as I decorate the pockets and the tags, different words, different quotes, different representations of those things that I intend to focus on. Now, every year I choose a word, a specific word, to represent my thoughts for that year, my interactions, my goals, I suppose, in a simple sense. The last few years I've chosen the word simple because simplifying and minimizing has been a focus for me, and it's been a very healthy thing to do. We've moved both of our mothers. We've had to decide what to do with all their things, and simple was the right word for those years. In 2025, after lots of prayer, I believe I'm going to use the word steady. So, steady on. Yeah, that'll be my main word. If you notice what I was just doing with the tag, I had to be sure that I was putting the glue on the correct side. Rewind and you can see. Almost did it wrong, but I checked. So I'm leaving the top of that tag sticking up. I think it'll look nice on the top of the journal. And where shall we put this? Whoops. As I mentioned, be careful you don't glue the pages together. I want to put this ribbon on here. And I'm just going to use a little bit of glue, the top and the bottom, and I'm going to add some washi tape to cover up where the glue kind of shows through. Remember, junk journaling is not about perfection. This is not a mass-made item that they all have to be the same. If something happens to what you're working on that you don't like, you can change it. You can cut it out, literally with a scissor. You can cover it up with something else. Yep. Now, I didn't like the way the glue showed through the ribbon, so washi tape to the rescue. And I may do something else later. Next week, when we talk about pockets, what to go in the pockets, I'm also going to touch on different items that you can use to embellish. Now, this is a real flower that's been pressed, and I used our daughter-in-law's, she has a laminator, so I laminated it, and it was just in my stash. I hadn't done anything with it yet. So I thought, now this would make a really cool window kind of pocket. And you'll see I kind of struggle. It doesn't come together smoothly. And even how am I going to make a hole in that piece of paper? Now, it's not paper, it's not quite heavy cardstock, it's somewhere in between. So it tears nicely and it holds up against my rough attitude, my rough tearing, my rough pushing. What am I going to do? How am I going to make that hole in the middle? So I try a one punch, but it's too small, and I come up with this next one. But you're going to see where I have trouble because it's not going to fit that way. Nope, not going to fit the other way. And I'm going to have to tear it even further. In fact, I bend it so that I can get the hole in exactly the right spot that I want it to be, where I want to show the laminated flower. Here we go, more tearing. Creativity. That's our friend in junk journaling. If we're creative, we can solve problems. And the more that you push yourself, push is maybe the wrong word, it's too harsh of a word. The more you encourage yourself to be creative, the better results eventually. So, a little bit of art glitter glue, and again, there's no glitter in this glue, it's the name of the company. Onto this mangled piece of cardstock that's been printed. And I really wish I remembered where it was from, this pattern, but I don't. So, if you know, leave a comment below, please, if you recognize it. And now making the pocket. Now you notice I'm doing most of them at the bottom of a page on the right-hand side. My plan is to, because it's an accordion journal, you literally flip it over. You're going to see me in a little bit do that. And I'll put pockets on the back side of the opposite side. I don't know if that makes sense. It'll be more clear next week when I show you the completed pockets in what is so far the journal. See, and I even make use of the part that I punched. I'm going to make it into a tuck on the top left. No, yeah, that's left. Right, left. I'm running out of glue. I'm going to have to refill my glue bottle. It was a little challenging, I must say, to make it work this time around. But I didn't want to take the time. The light was fading very quickly. It's toward the end of the day as I finish. In fact, it's dark right now as I'm doing the voiceover. Now this is wallpaper. I think it's antique wallpaper. I got it from a lady in Canada, Wishes and Weeds, and her name's Nancy, and she sent me a bunch of wallpaper pieces. Oh, it's 3 years ago. Now this is a circle, and I'm trying to echo the roses, and circles work just as well as rectangles or squares. You just attach the bottom and up the sides, not too high, because you still want to put a tag in. Works really well, and it's visually pleasing. It's a different shape. Here we go. I'm going to flip it over now. See? And the opposite side. That's a paper bag. I'm thinking I might put that there, but not right now. I have to think about it a little bit. Do I like that? I don't know. What do you think? Aha! I have this scripture card that's its exact color, or close enough to the scrapbook paper. And when I put something inside the scripture card that will be a tag, I can put it in almost all the way so it'll be hidden. Almost done now. Here we go. One last thing. It's a tag. I did watercoloring quite a while ago, and I think it'll be a great, I don't care for the other side, so if I don't see it, that's fine. I think it'll be a great tuck there in the front of the book. I invite you to like and subscribe. Subscribe if you haven't yet. I have a bunch of ideas that I want to pursue, and if you have any suggestions, please leave them in the comments below. I would love to explore new things. Any comments, any suggestions, any ideas? Yeah, I'll do some research if I don't know how to do it myself. And finishing up. There it is. So far, the accordion journal. Lots of places to make some tags to go in the pockets. See, I could do that there. I don't know, maybe. I think it would look pretty with some brads on either end of that piece. Glassine bag. There's two places to put things in. and a tuck on the top left, and a belly band, and another tuck on the right bottom, and an actual pocket, and a tuck. And there we go. Yes, you do matter. You matter to me. I'm sure you matter to many. I'm praying for our 2025, that it's filled with many good things. And now I'm going to show you a little bit of my morning, what I do in the morning. It's not complicated. It's not a junk journal. It's not an art journal. I just write. I write on one side what I'm thankful for, and the other side what I'm praying for, what I'm dreaming of. And I have a few years worth of these. I don't always do it every morning, but almost every morning when I'm home anyhow. And thankfulness on one side and what I'm praying for on the other side. Just like that, really simple. I hope that answers the viewer's question. And next week, we're going to talk tags, options for tags. What can you make, huh? I look forward to seeing you then. Take care. It's Lori at Positive Thanks Living. Bye for now.